President-elect, Vice President-elect, Chief of Staff of the Office of the President and officials of the Presidency, Ministers of State, members of the transition team, the Chairman and members of the Peace Council, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all of you to this inaugural meeting, which marks a significant step in our democratic process, the smooth transfer of power from one administration to another. This meeting and the processes we're about to undertake are firmly grounded in the Presidential Act of 2012, Act 845, which provides the legal framework for an orderly and transparent transition. The just ended presidential and parliamentary elections have once again reaffirmed the will of the Ghanaian people. On behalf of the government and people of Ghana, I extend warm congratulations to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on his decisive election as the next President of the Republic. I also warmly congratulate Professor Nana Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, who has made history by becoming Ghana's first female Vice President-elect. A pioneering achievement that underscores the strides our nation is making toward gender equality and inclusivity in governance. I'd like to assure both of them of the full support of my government and myself for an effective transition, and wish them luck and God's blessings in the discharge of their high responsibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, the peaceful transition of power is a hallmark of mature democracies. Fortunately for us in Ghana, the foresight of the Fifth Parliament of the Fourth Republic has, with the adoption of the Presidential Transition Act 2012, Act 845, established for us a robust framework for managing transitions, safeguarding the gains of our democratic journey. Today, we reaffirm our collective resolve to adhere to the letter and spirit of this act and ensure that this transition proceeds seamlessly, transparently, and with dignity. The composition of this transition team is thus in full conformity and accord with the Presidential Transition Act, with the composition of the President's team comprising the Chief of Staff at the Office of the President, the Honorable Akufo-Addo Perry, who will serve as the alternate co-chair of the committee in my absence, the Attorney General Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, the Minister for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Osei Mensah Bonsu, the Minister for Finance, the Honorable Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, the Minister for the Interior, Honorable Henry Quartey, the Minister for Defense, the Honorable Dominic Nitiwo, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Shirley Ayoko Botwe, the Minister for Local Government, Honorable Martin Ajayi Mensah Kosa, and the Minister for National Security, Honorable Ken Dapa. In accordance with the Act, there are also 4 ex officio members, namely the Head of Civil Service, Dr. Evans Agri-Daku, the Head of the Local Government Service, Dr. Nana Atu Arthur, the Secretary to the Cabinet, Ambassador Mercy Deborah Karikari, and the National Security Coordinator, Mr. Edward Asumani. Furthermore, the Advisory Council provided for under the Act has been constituted. I have nominated Professor Mike Okoye, former Speaker, to serve on this council. The President-elect, John Mahama, has nominated the former Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Edward Du Ajaho, to represent him on the council, whose chair is ex officio the current Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Alban Bagbin. The functions of the transition team, as outlined in Section 2 of the Presidential Transition Act, are clear, ensuring a proper and seamless handover of executive authority, ensuring the provision of daily national security briefings to the President-elect, and ensuring the due discharge of the financial obligation of the state to Article 71 office holders. To execute these functions effectively, the Act makes provision at the instigation of the transition team for the formation of discretionary committees to address specific aspects of the transition process as it deems fit. It is obvious that the role of this team is not simply administrative. It is deeply patriotic. You are tasked with ensuring that the incoming administration receives all the resources, briefings, and support it needs to begin its work with the single objective of advancing the interests of the Ghanaian people. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is a reaffirmation of our shared commitment to the democratic principles that underpin our republic. This commitment is especially critical in the current context of West Africa, where the region faces threats from unconstitutional changes in government and the spread of terrorism and violent extremism. Ghana stands out as a beacon of democracy and stability, showcasing the strength of our institutions and the maturity of our people. It is imperative that we continue to consolidate this hard-earned reputation. By adhering strictly to the provisions of the Transition Act, we send a powerful message to the world that democracy thrives in Ghana, even in challenging times. As we embark on this transition, I urge all members of the team, both from the outgoing administration and the incoming one, to approach this task with a spirit of collaboration, transparency, and mutual respect. The people of Ghana are counting on us to prioritize their interests above all else. Let us not lose sight of our shared goal, safeguarding the freedom, the peace, progress, and stability of our beloved nation. This transition is not an end, but a continuation of Ghana's democratic journey, which serves as a model for our region and beyond. I call on all Ghanaians to support this process with patience, understanding, and faith in the institutions that underpin our republic. The strength of our democracy lies not just in the conduct of elections, but also in the respect for the outcomes and the orderly handing over of power. Let us continue to build a nation that serves as an inspiration to others, a nation united in its diversity and freedom, and steadfast in its pursuit of progress. President-elect, Your Excellency, you'll be happy to learn that the Minister of Finance has just informed me on my way here that the third quarter results of the economy has been established at a growth of 7.2%, making an average rate of the growth of the first 3 quarters at 6.3%. We are indeed back to the pre-COVID era of growth in my first term. May God bless us all and our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.